Why don't we all just jump in on Facebook?
Yeah, well, no, because I want to interact with you guys. So I want the information here in Zoom. Hold on, I'm gonna do this right. I'm setting it up in YouTube, and then I'll just share it to Facebook because what? We don't let anything stop us. Everybody, everywhere. If you're in my coaching, you have to write somewhere that we allow nothing to stop us. All right, that's how we're doing it. What's up, Barbara? I see you, Barbara. And we're gonna go right in here into a group, and we're gonna do it like this. What? Watch this. We don't play no games. We don't play no games. We don't play no games. All right, we're good. So we should be in commitment to capping, broadcasting live. Let's get this going. I got Barbara, I got Charlie, I got Vanessa in Zoom. I got a bunch of you other crazy kids in Facebook. And let's go. Okay? So let's recap our day. I have asked you guys to take notes and to make sure you're paying attention to your numbers. Let's talk about your numbers. Let's talk about some wins. Let's talk about some failures. Let's talk about how we're going to be better tomorrow. I know that a couple of you have used the gratitude text, and it has definitely turned out okay for you. So let's talk about that. Are we rocking and rolling with the gratitude text? Talk to me. It's going in YouTube. I don't know. I guess this is going right to YouTube. So, first of all, this is the first one we're doing. Lots of bumps in the road. Lots of craziness happening. What's up, Mark? What's up, Bobby? The idea of the end of the day review is to review the three most important questions. The three most important questions are: who are my top three prospects? Right? That's the number one question. Who are the top three prospects that I'm working with? Once you write those down, so I want you to write them down. Yes, I get a lot of who this back. I get that. That's what you want. Yeah, it definitely cut me off, Tati. I understand. Are we still live in Zoom? Vanessa, give me a thumbs up. Can you see me? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Charlie's incognito right now, so he's got his camera off. So three most important questions. Number one, first question, no matter what, who are my three top prospects right now? Now, break this down. What the hell makes them your top prospects? What are the criteria? What is the requirement to be your top prospect, right? So Vanessa asked, so every day it has to be three new prospects. It doesn't have to be new, but I'm going to tell you now, if you're working with the same three top prospects for a week, they ain't your top prospects. Right? You don't have to mute. You could be a part of this with me, guys, right? So your three top prospects need to follow some sort of simple what's up, Christmas man? Some sort of simple minimum standard to make them your top prospects. So I would say their motivation has to be high. Thank you, Bobby D. Their motivation has to be high. They know what they're looking for and where they're looking for it, and they're qualified financially, right? You may have to narrow it down more, but what they've done is they've taken your list of 20 properties and turned it into a list of 5 or 6, right? They've agreed to go out to take a look at 3 properties with you, right? If you are badass right now, what's up, Reese? I can call her Reese because she said I could call her Reese, so I'm calling her Reese. What's up, Reese?
How you guys doing?
Rocking and rolling. We're already in on it, okay? It's 8:08. I don't want to keep you guys here all night, so let me rock with you. Still using the what are your real estate questions during this time? Turned it into 2 potential buyers. That's awesome. Motivation is shifting, some because of Corona, more cautious. So here's what I want you to say. In order to find your top 3 prospects, here's where I want you to be. I want you to be in a place where you're saying, in an effort to keep you safe and healthy. That is the beginning of every prospecting script. That is the beginning of every showing script. That is the beginning of every offer. In an effort to keep you safe and healthy, ... Then you're going to fill in that space, right? So Vanessa might say, we're going to go out and see three properties this week. In an effort to keep you safe and healthy, I have set up 3 virtual tours at X time. We will go in together virtually. And what you could use is you could use your Zoom, you could use your Facebook, you could use whatever. My suggestion, this is just my suggestion, is that you get pictures ahead of time. Even if you're showing someone else's property, you ask that agent, do you have quality pictures that I could use as a virtual tour with my client? If they want to do this, they'll place an offer, and then we will go see the place first physically. Does that make sense? All right, yeah. So we're going to start from there. So they have to be willing to narrow down their search from 20 or 10 to those top 3 to 6. You're going to go see those top 3 or 6 virtually. And you're going to ask them each time to put in an offer. Right? That to me is a top client.
Okay.
That client doesn't get the last 2 weeks, Vanessa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shoot. Sorry about that. I'm drinking chai and there's little crunchy pieces in it. From loose tea. All right. 8:10. Let's go. Second question of the 3 most powerful questions that you should be reviewing your business under, that I will be asking you about all the time, is what do they need? Not what do they want, not what did they ask for. What do they need? This requires you to be Sherlock Holmes. It requires you to be Agatha Christie. It requires you to dig deeper and deeper and be inquisitive. Question why. What's important about that? Why do you want to do that? Why is that place important? What's important to you about that? What happens if you don't get it? What happens if you have to give up on some of it? Okay. Let me see. I'm getting comments and questions. Let's go. Let's grow. Oh, here we go. There we go. We're in this. All right. So, I froze. All right, here. I don't know how to do this. So we're doing too much at the same time. Hold on. Okay. All right. So just trying to answer everyone's questions. Josh, my boy, Tati, cut you off. Bobby D, Jen DeVivo, 10 contacts, 80 social interactions, 15 texts. We'll do better tomorrow. You're damn good for the beginning. That is a damn good set of numbers. All right, let's go. So second set of questions is, what do they need? So you're sitting at your desk. You're looking at your notebook. You're looking at your lead sheet or your contact sheet or your customer client sheet, right? I like to get contracts from buyers. I don't like to do it without a contract, but then I'm a jerk. Okay, so you could work however you want. So I use a buyer agency agreement. I don't usually put a commission on it, but I say that my commission's minimum is 7%, and we would make up the difference if I was working with somebody that I felt like needed to have that kind of incentive. Okay. Like if I was working with an investor, or if I was working with somebody that just kept wanting to see properties over and over and over again, I would commission them out. I would tell them that I get an 8% commission. You would make up the difference. They would disappear on me. So I'm looking to eliminate folks. Make sense? All right. So that second set of questions, you're going to go through that on your sheet, and you're going to know for sure the answer. You're not going to lie to yourself about these answers. You're going to look at these answers. You're going to say, what do they need? Why is that place important? What's important to them about the timeline? Why do they need to go by now? What's stopping them? You're going to answer these questions in your hopefully in your buyer agency. What do they call that? The buyer presentation. Thank you. Felt uncomfortable for sure. We'll keep leaning. That's right. Lean on them, lean on them, lean on them, lean on them, Jen. Right? So the third set of questions, the third question that you need to ask is, and this one is important, put a star next to it. You're going to underline it. You're going to highlight it. You're going to do little circles around it. Little unicorns and all of that stuff, right? The consultation. Thank you very much. Right? What you're going to do is that third set of questions is, or that third question in this set of 3 is, what do I need to do to help them get into a contract today? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to help them get into a contract today? Today. Haitian said today. Right? So here is the power question. Who are they? What do they need? And what do I need to do to get them into a contract today? If you are asking, what do I need to do to get them into a contract? If you're too soft to ask them about a contract today, if you're worried that you're going to push them away, they are not part of your top 3 prospects, okay? So quick as possible, you need to develop a minimum standard around who is your top 3 prospects. How do they get into that inner circle? What do they get for you for being one of your top 3 prospects? And how do I then know exactly what they need? So you're going to create rapport on the next level so that you know exactly what they need so you can help them to get into a contract today. Simple and easy questions to ask to get them in a contract today. Hey, if you saw something that you loved, what would stop you from writing an offer? Right? If you were writing an offer, what would that property look like that you would lay everything down to get that property? What would it take for a property to be in your number 1 slot and that you place an offer on it and be willing to negotiate? These questions are good. Helps weed out what I thought might have been a high priority client. Damn right. We lie to ourselves a lot. All right. We get somebody talking to us. They go out looking. They go out weekend after weekend looking at more properties and more properties. They just like you. You ain't showing them properties. Now that y'all just hanging out. Right? They might think you're funny. I want to eliminate that. Listen, I do not show more than 6 properties ever, and I will not show more than 3 at one time. All right? Really quick. If you're showing properties really quick, here's my script. I will give it to you. I said it before. I will say it again. I open the door. I do my realtor prayer. Oh, God, I hope these keys work. I stop them. I say, hey, look, I want you to think about this moment. This could be the first time you're walking into your new home. Then when we walk in, I don't say a word. I go right to the best feature. I'm showing the best property. I'm showing the best feature of the best property. And I get to that feature and I turn around and I look and I say, you know what? Why don't you walk me around your home? Tell me where you would put your stuff. Right? So now in the virtual world, it may be a little difficult to do that. But difficult is for punks. We do that shit like lunch. Okay? So what we're going to do is, all right, Bobby, I'll talk to you later. I know it's 15 minutes in. He had to sign off, right? So look, I'm a minute over. Let's go. So I go in, I show them the property. I have them show me around the property. I get back to the best feature, and then I turn around and look them dead in the eye, and I go, so scale of 1 to 10 it for me, right? Reese says it's an 8. I go, okay, what would make it a 10? She says if it had more light, if it had more windows. I said, I can't build more windows in this place, neither can you, but you certainly can add more light. How much is that worth to you? Reese says, I don't know. I said, what, $5,000, $10,000 to add the kind of light that you want? She goes, $5,000. I go, why don't we see if they'll come to the table for $10,000 less? And in the end, if we negotiate, we might get them $5,000 for the light. That would make it a good deal, right? What do we have to lose? Let's see what they say. The worst they could say is no, right? In the meantime, let's set up the appointment for the next one, and that could be right after, right? If we're doing virtual, there's no limit to the amount we could do, right? So we can load it up, and we go through the next one, and I ask the same questions, except I add what makes this place different from the last place. And that's the only thing I ask. Scale of 1 to 10. 10, what would make it a 12? If such and such, okay, such and such, how much is that worth? Blah, 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 blah. All right, and I usually get a contract within the first 2 viewings. Virtually, it may be a little different now, okay, but that is what it is. I'm getting numbers from all of you that it looks amazing. I want to know if anyone had any difficulty. I'm just going a few minutes over only because it took me so long to get started. Did anybody have any difficulties taking action today? Even if it was your own brain, I want to know what it was. Shout it out. Don't be shy. Everyone has this shit. I have my shit. You got your shit. Let's get started. Anybody have any difficulty making numbers today or making their contacts today or taking action? 52 contacts. Charlie, you are the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, yes, yes. What else? Where we at? Who else? I'm looking at both screens at the same time, babies. Let's go. Let's grow. All right. I got yours, Jen. Right? You felt uncomfortable for sure. That's for sure. That should be what it is. Jen, you, Chris Trainer. Come on, shout those numbers out. We're almost done. Sharisi says 25 could have been more. Okay, what stopped you? Remote schooling. So having to stop and teach stopped you from doing it, right? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. You're going to have a Friday evening after school parent cool down where you talked about on Facebook, where you talked about all of the difficulties of the work that you had to do this week, of balance of your work and schooling. You're going to set it up for them. And if you guys drink, you'll have a glass of wine. If not, all you're going to do is for every parent that's in your kid's class, you're going to have a little social gathering on Friday afternoon. Okay? So you'll make up your contacts that you stole from me by doing schooling and trying to educate your children. Okay? That's what we're going to do. This is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find it. Tatiana says the first couple of calls were hard to press dial. Believe me, I know. Right? Those first couple of calls. So what did I do? My first calls were to FSBOs. They are the easiest and low-hanging fruit for me. And we have a goal of 5 FSBO appointments, 5 appointments with the 4 questions, and let's go, let's grow. Tatiana, that's a great idea. Good to know. And now you're in a new space, so you can do that and you could grow. Maplewood, that's the bomb. Balance between Zoom trainings and making calls. So Vanessa, so now here's your thing, right? Zoom trainings. Are you talking to agents that are not in your downline to come to your Zoom trainings? So your mission is to get at least 1 or 2 a day into your Zoom trainings, right? So you know the person I'm thinking of that's still over there at Town Life or City Life or whatever that is. He needs to be into to these trainings. Agents in that office, that specific office, the one you came from, are going to start bleeding left and right now. So get to the top. Don't go to the bottom. Go to the top and let them push you to the bottom. Is that fair? Call them all. This is how my agent calls go. It goes just like this. Hey, it's Sekou. Right? They know you already, right? Because it's your ex-coworkers and things like that. Hey, it's Nessa. Listen, did you want me to wait to recruit you, or did you want me to start getting you involved with some of these things now? Okay, and then let the conversation go from there. These guys have big egos. I know I had a big ego. Everyone has a big ego. They've been dying for somebody to recruit them for a long time. All right, and I'll get on the call with them afterwards. I'll close, whatever. I'll answer any questions. Charlie Santos says, I'm new to the group. What are the 4 questions? Ready? Rock and roll. Here we go. Really quick. Do I have permission to keep going, guys? Thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, here's the 4 questions. What is your motivation? So you're asking a for sale by owner. What is your motivation? Why are you selling? Right? That's another way to ask the question. What's your motivation? What's your destination? Where are you going? Right? And you can dig deeper. You don't just have to let it be 4 questions. These are the basic questions. What's your motivation? What's your destination? Tatiana has an appointment for tomorrow. Tati, hold on. I'm going to interrupt what I'm saying because I'm bringing this to the board. I got my bell. That's what I'm talking about. All right. What's your motivation? And 3 virtual tours. Those are all appointments too. What's your destination? Ready? This one is a 2-parter. You can ask it either way or with both. What is your frustrations / observations? So what's your motivation, destination, frustrations, or observations? Right? I made them rhyme. I'm like a MC. Right? And then the last one is what is your plan? How are you planning to get in front of every eligible buyer in this market? Motivation, destination, observations, plan. Feel good? Makes sense? All right, watch this. Motivation. Hey, listen, I am doing I'm putting together a list of 100 buyers that are still willing to put in offers during this quarantine. My question to you, Mr. and Mrs. For Sale by Owner, is did you want to be exposed to these buyers? And then I shut up. And of course, they're going to say, yeah, I want to be exposed to buyers, this, and that. So I am generating a list of for sale by owners that are willing to go on market with me so that I can introduce them to these buyers week after week. What say ye? All right, when's a good time for us to discuss the strategy? Tomorrow or today at such and such. You've got a FSBO appointment. You go on Zoom, you record it, or you take a picture of it, or you do whatever, and you get those 4 questions answered. I don't care if you take the listing or not. Damn it, you guys will be killing it in the market ASAP. Fair enough? It's 8:24. I'm being very, very conscious. Any more questions? Any more numbers? My man, Chris Tarter. Yes, this is Tarter. So I'm rocking and rolling with you guys. You cannot be too new. Review these videos and get on your job. Get on your game. Right now, your job is to be better at communicating with your prospects than everyone else. This is the market from now on. It will not go back to anything else. So you need to learn how to adapt and to be in people's face digitally. And you are being the most helpful in the world by being like that, by not taking no for an answer, by not allowing your own ego to keep you in fear. Push through it, ask the questions, set the appointments, crush this market. Fair enough? I'm done. I'm going to make sure that this is working right the next night. But you know what? For a first night, I don't think it was bad. Add some agents. Make sure that these people are willing to grow. This is not a space for BS. This is not a space for the shy. Okay? So, Adam, Barbara, how did I do? Did I do all right? Give me a thumbs up or a yes or something like that in the chat box. Charlie Santos, you the man, the myth, the legend. All right, Reese. I love it. I'm done. 8:25. Gone.